Hi, Gary here from MrG Shave. Today's video is a tag video, so it's a non-shaving related video. It's just adding the related in there to make it a bit different, but anyway, non-shaving video. I got tagged by MrGShave to do my updated Magnificent 11 razors for 2022. I did one last year. They have changed. Have they changed because they're better? No, it's just a different set of razors. I'm not saying these are my favourite razors. Well, they probably are actually if I think about it. But basically these razors fit into the category. I still think last year's list stands. But this is just a different set of razors. There may be one or two duplicates in here, but in different positions from last year. So I just wanted to mix it up a bit. So with that being said, I'm going to start off. The first of the 11 razors that I'm going to show you is style choice. So all these razors fit into different categories. The first is style, so style choice. So my style choice for 2022, I don't think I bought this in 2022, but still, is the Blackland Blackbird. Absolutely love this razor. It's certainly on the pricey side, but wow. I mean, it's just a work of art. Absolutely love it. The other one, but this is all about DE razors. I don't think there is a Magnificent SE razors, but the other one that I would definitely put in the same spot if we were looking at SE razors, and I'm not going to go through SE versions on this, just this one, it's the Blackland Vector. Oh, these two razors, I mean, they're just works of art, so I love them. So that's the style choice, just putting that back. Then the budget choice, which is category number 2, budget friendly, I actually think is the Lord razor. Now, not everybody likes this razor. It does feel a bit more aggressive. I certainly wouldn't recommend this for a beginner, but at £5 this definitely fits into the budget razor bracket. It's aluminium. I think it's aluminium handle, but the head I think is not aluminium. I think that's an alloy of some sort, because it's kind of a bit top heavy. Yeah, it's quite top heavy. So, but it's a great razor. Got no problem with this at all. And for £5, it definitely fits the bill for a budget friendly razor. But it's not one I'd probably recommend to a beginner. For that, you'd need to go back to my last Magnificent 11 video, and that's the Wilkinson Sword Classic. The style choice last year, I meant to mention the previous year. So the style choice last time I did this tag video was the Rex Envoy. It's now the Blackland Blackbird. The budget friendly was the Wilkinson Sword Classic razor, which is plastic, and I think you can still get those on eBay. And they're about the same price as that Lord razor, but they're milder, and I think far better suited to a beginner. But as I say, you can have a look at my last Magnificent 11 razor, Magnificent 11 razors tag video, as well as this one. Category number 3, underappreciated. So last time was Fine Marvel, and I still don't see that shown very much. It's not used a lot. But I love that razor. So that was last year's category. This year, it is the Gillette King C. So there you go. So underappreciated. I think this came in for a bit of criticism to begin with. I actually think it's quite a good razor. I mean, I've given it to my son, who, by the way, has promised to do a shave with me on the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So that's going to be interesting. I will probably shave my beard off first. And as you all know, I'm going to grow it straight back. So don't be disappointed if I don't shave it again. But my son has also promised me that he will do a shave with me on my 1,000 subscriber so that one of my 1,000 subscriber videos. So there we are. So that's the underappreciated Gillette King C. That would also fit into the budget razors and would be a great beginner razor. So underappreciated, let's have a look. Premium choice. Well, not that this is massively premium. Oh yes, it is. It is massively premium. Last year was the Edwin Jagger 316, and at that point, apart from the Feather AS, or not last year, I think it was last year I did the Magnificent 11, but either way, whenever I did the last Magnificent 11, my choice was the Edwin Jagger 316, and at that time I didn't have, apart from the Feather ASD2, any other more expensive razors. I do now. Obviously you've seen the Blackland Blackbird. Anyway, so last time I chose the Edwin Jagger 316. This time I'm choosing the Tatara Masamune Nodachi razor. Absolutely stunning razor. I avoided buying this for so long. I just thought it was all hype, but it isn't. Believe me, it is a fantastic razor. It's on the aggressive side, so again, it's not a beginner razor, but boy, I do enjoy using this razor. Fantastic razor. So let's have a look. What else have we got now? So that's the premium choice. Sentimental. Okay, this has definitely changed. Although the Merca 34C, which I stated Sentimental, was the winner of the Sentimental category in my last Magnificent 11 video. Now it's this razor. I don't know why I took my glasses off. It's pointless. This razor is called the Velvet. Let's just get it in there. The Velvet razor. Fantastic little razor. I think it's based on a ball end Gillette tech, and it was made in Birmingham. But the reason why it's sentimental is that it's a friend of mine. Basically, I've got this off a friend of mine, basically. And that's all I'm prepared to say about it. But this is definitely a razor I will always keep and cherish. So there we are. Right, what's next? I think it's the most versatile. Yes, it is. Last year I chose the 6C, the Rockwell 6C. You can choose the 6S. I've got both. They are excellent, versatile razors. Actually, quite a good razor. If you're gonna spend up front, I would say Rockwell's fit the bill perfectly for a beginner, because you can work your way up to the different aggression levels and find out what suits you best. So it is another razor I'd recommend to a beginner, and they just start with plate 1 and go up. So, but this one, I've recently got this. Recently got this in the last 6 months, I would guess, and I really rate this. I know it had problems when it first came out. I think it had some teething problems, but now I think they've fixed all the problems, and I've got to be honest, it gave me an excellent shave. So most versatile goes to the Yaqi Final Cut. There it is there. The Yaqi Final Cut. If I turn that round, so you can see it's got a red dot on here and the numbers on the handle. Yeah, loved this, right? I loved using this. I've only used it a couple of times, but wow, what a great razor. And the reason that I'd probably give this one over the Rockwell is because you don't have to keep replacing the plates. This one, you just turn the dial. You know, it's as simple as that. Just turn the dial and off you go. It's much easier, in my opinion, and it's a really good price. You know, quite a lot cheaper than the Rockwell 6C or the 6S. And if you're beginning, I think that's the best choice. This isn't all about beginner razors, but if I see one that's good for a beginner, then that's the one I'll probably pick, or certainly one I've picked this time round. Classic. Last time I did this video, It was the Gillette Slim Adjustable, or sorry, Gillette Slim Adjustable razor, and that's still an excellent razor, but I just decided to change it out a bit because I didn't have any other options really. That was the only vintage razor that I really had. I've now grown that a little bit, not much, but I've chosen the Gillette Ball End Tech. This razor, I mean, absolutely stunning, all original. This razor actually is a Falklands War Gillette Ball End Tech. It's something that the government issued to our military when they went out to the Falklands. Yeah, it's still got, I have used this, but it has still got the original paper insert that, you know, it sort of would, you know, when a soldier opened it up, that's the first thing they would have seen really. So absolutely chuffed to bits to have this, and really this is another sentimental razor for me. I would never get rid of this. Next one, the old favourite. Now this is probably my favourite razor out of all of the razors here. This one is probably my favourite DE razor, and this fits into the daily driver category, and it's the Edwin Jagger 316. It's my number one razor. It hasn't been knocked off its perch yet. It really hasn't. I'm going to pitch this against the Outlaw, the Executive Shaving Outlaw, but this has been at the top of my favourites list ever since I purchased it. So I love this razor, and it is my Autopilot because I just know it's easy for me to use. I could do it blindfold. So the next category, sorry, that was the daily driver category. That was the daily, so the 316 was the daily driver. The Autopilot category, I think, is another new razor and another great value razor, and certainly a good razor for a beginner, and that is the Yaqi tile. So it's the Yaqi tile head. I forget the name of the handle and I forget the name of the combo together. I think it does have its own name, but basically I just call it the Yaqi tile. That head, unbelievable, really good. Slightly more aggressive than the Henson, which is, and I prefer that. And it's stainless steel, so I prefer the weight of this to the Henson. But it's basically a knockoff in terms of design. It's a knockoff of the Henson razor, but different materials, more aggressive, so different enough in my opinion. And that one would be, my Autopilot razor, because you don't have to think about using that. But again, the 316 for me is the same. Aggressive is the next category. Now, last time I chose the Muhle R41, and that is kind of still the most aggressive razor that I've got. And it's difficult. I had to think about whether I put this one in this category, because it's kind of a completely different design and a different way of shaving. But it is really aggressive. You can feel the blade at all times with this. It's almost like shaving with a shavette. So it's the Razorine Flatboy. Now John June sells these, and this, when I say it's different, let's just I'll pick the Lord razor. So with a razor like this, you basically place it and it's about 30 degrees like so. With this razor, you've got to place it flat to your skin, head first flat, and then bring it down slightly, and then that's the angle. So you can imagine there's a hell of a difference in the two angles if you look at it. So it is a different shaving experience. It is a very aggressive shaving experience, but it also gives you confidence that you're doing the right. When it's cutting, it makes a lot of noise. It gives a lot of feedback. But boy, I wasn't worried about using it at all, really. It's not one though for a beginner, definitely not. No way. And then the last razor to go for this Magnificent 11 is cannot be ignored. So that's the last category, cannot be ignored. Last time I said the Merca Progress, which I still think is true. It's not used a lot on videos. It's not reviewed much. Sort of gone out of the sort of spotlights, if you know what I mean. This one is the Merca, the Muhle Rocca razor. I think this is a cracking razor. It's a bit on the aggressive side again, so again, not one for a beginner. But I love this razor, and I don't see enough of these Roccas talked about on everyone's channels. So that's why I decided to bring that up. Now what I intend to do is over the next 11 weeks is I'm going to shave with each one consecutively and talk about it in a bit more detail. So that's the plan anyway. So you know what my next... I don't normally plan my videos, but I am definitely planning which razors I'm going to use. So next Saturday will be a video using my Blackland Blackbird, and then the Saturday after will be the Lord razor, and so on and so forth. So I'm extending my Magnificent 11, if you like, for 11 weeks. So now it comes to who am I going to tag? And I had to think about this because the people I think I tagged last year have already been tagged. So I'm taking a risk, not a risk, but I'm guessing that these people haven't been tagged. I'm tagging the Rusty Razor, or Rusty from the Rusty Razor channel, and I'm tagging Scott from Shaving with Peg Leg. So those are the two tags. You know, your Scott and Rusty, your tag to do your Magnificent 11. Looking forward to seeing those. So that's it from me today. I will see you now on Wednesday for a straight shave using a new straight razor that I've just received today, actually. So I will see you then. Bye now.